Do you think there's a big enough market in Mexico for AEW? And how would AEW do if they ran Mexico? You talked about WWE running down there, but could you see a AEW show south of the border?
Without question. And here is what is, I think, lost so much of, and I guess kind of the firsthand experience I have is just because I've been going down there for 20 years. Me and Karen, by the way, we celebrate our 14th coming up this week, 14th anniversary. Yeah, can give me the big congrats, Silva. I know you're back there in the studio clapping. But anyhow, is that in Mexico, wrestling is a part of the culture in so many ways. And so Mexico City, that was another thing that, Karen didn't realize. I said, I think the greater area, it's like 21 million people or something along those lines. Like that's the size of Mumbai. I mean, there is a enormous population, but you can get all the different small towns, and I don't want to call Monterey a small town, but wrestling's all over the country and has been for multiple generations. So the short answer is it's not like you're bringing professional wrestling to a brand new market, and those actually still exist. I mean, like the country of India, and I could go on a few others. South Africa, they got a little bit here and there, but different countries around the world, it's not a part of the culture. It's a part of the culture in Mexico, and the AEW, I'll call it, style of wrestling is very, very applicable to the market in so many ways. Because you kind of look at, you could name any one of, I don't know, lots of AEW stars that have bits of lucha in their repertoire. And so you've got stars that are big business and have done big business. Jericho, in a lot of ways, in his early days, learned a ton down there. And I could go on and on and on, but the shorter answer is absolutely yes. I'm looking forward to hopefully being a part of making that all come together. But I would say we're not too far off in heading in that direction in seeing AEW in the market.
I want to ask you a little bit about, what's next for AAA, but I think, we probably all need to stay tuned because with them now having a television presence in America and this new American influence, I'm really excited to see what's next for them. And I have to admit, I don't really understand all of the wrestling politics down there about AAA and CMLL and where AEW fits in and all that stuff. But thankfully, Sam Adonis understands this better than I do. So check it out. Our conversation that happens every month at adfreeshows.com. Something I have been paying attention to. You talked about big business, and it feels like somebody has some big business finally with Big Ben Bishop. It's finally happening. He ran a one-man social media campaign that apparently got your attention because you came on this very program and you told us that, hey, no matter what you think is happening at shoesbaseball.com, Big Ben Bishop is not booked. But I saw a graphic that says he's coming. What's happening here, Jeff?
Conrad, I guess I'm a softie. My partner, Jamie Toole, knows his baseball, but he is born and raised in South Carolina, had multiple jobs all over the country running baseball teams, but he's a wrestling fan. And for whatever reason, Mr. Bishop struck an emotional chord. That's something that I hate to say it, almost preach at times. Create emotional engagement. And you got to get into it and be persistent and all that. Jamie asked me, just like you, he's like, hey, man, this Bishop character, he's kind of campaigning. I said, nice guy, good dude, out of Atlanta. I don't see me buying a plane ticket or us investing in a plane ticket to get him up there. And he said, well, he's certainly campaigning. I said, oh, I'm well aware. And he stayed persistent. Conrad, you seen his videos he did?
They were so good, dude. The Shindy promoter, I mean, he's made that a thing now for me. I love it.
So, look, I've got a couple of different day jobs, but the Capital City Clash, the talent, we gave it to the Shoes Baseball social media team and Jamie and his team and all that. And they kind of I guess you could say started to have fun with it because they were kind of seeing, I don't want to call it the numbers, but yeah, just kind of the engagement on Facebook, on Instagram. They could see Twitter and Ben and just hammering, hammering, hammering. And they kind of teed up Sottenham real good. And Brother Ben bid it. But he just took the bite, hook, line, and sinker, like big time. And I don't know if you saw it, but he was not happy when Sottenham was picked because we teased it. 7-footer former basketball player, which Ben is a 7-footer former basketball player, but he bid it. And then, so we do have one more talent announcement. We did. We caved, or Jamie said, "Hey man, he's worked his ass off. Let's throw him the proverbial bone." But I've got something up my sleeve for old Ben yet. But we have one or two more talent announcements, but it's shaped up fantastic. The independent promotion Dreamwave and a few others have really leaned in hard. And of course, we've got Colt Cabana and Jay Lethal and Satnam Singh and NWA, multiple. We got obviously the heavyweight champion. We've got the junior heavyweight champion. We got the women's champion from NWA. And of course, we got my old man, EY, Eric Young, going to be in the house. It is a really, I believe, a stacked card. So the match announcements are going to be kind of start being rolled out in early September. But Saturday, September 21st, Capital City Clash, the first ever, heads into Robert and Roberts Stadium, and the show will kick off with the Robert and Roberts Rumble. So those names to be announced as well.
Shoesbaseball.com. Tickets start at just $20. It's going to be a lot of fun. You don't want to miss it. Speaking of a lot of fun.
Hey, before I forget, I got a lot going on today. Mr. Silva, will you send that nice graphic to Shoes Baseball?
Yeah, Silva's making us look good here on the
sure
show.
My goodness.
Hey, let's talk a little bit about what you got coming up. You just mentioned it sort of in passing. Hey, and the Queen and I celebrate an anniversary. As I understand it,
oh boy,
your anniversary is on Wednesday, the 21st. So as folks are listening to this tomorrow, that happens to be the same day that AEW is presenting Dynamite from Cardiff. Am I picking up what you're putting down that the Queen may have gotten you the best anniversary present of all time, and you're going to give Hangman Adam Page a guitar necklace this Wednesday?
Oh man, I don't know. Johnny, things are heating up, buddy. They really are. We'll see. I don't know what the Queen's got. I don't know what AEW's got in store, but I know we're all headed over there. Man, God, time is flying. I cannot believe we're in the third week of August. We've got, I don't know, Conrad.
Here's what's been announced so far on that show. For the AEW Continental Championship, it's Okada and Claudio Castagnoli. MJF and Will Ospreay are going to go face to face. Timeless Tony Storm is going to be taking on Saraya for the AEW Women's World Championship. The Learning Tree, Chris Jericho, is going to be in there with the Dynamite Kid, Tommy Billington. And we've got something called the Wild Card in Cardiff. It's to determine the final spot in the AEW World Trios Championship London ladder match that's going to happen at All In. But I got to think there's a millennial cowboy running around who needs a new necklace.
Well, if that prick Tom Campbell has anything if he has a vote in it, Connie, don't you think? I think he'd be given a big yes for that guitar necklace.
I mean, I think a lot of people would sign up for that.